channel. This is my first time doing ASMR, and the reasons I'm doing this is I really enjoy ASMR, and I also really enjoy playing solo player games, campaign games. So I thought, why not merge the two together? If I'm gonna play anyways, I might as well record it and whisper a little for your guys' entertainment. So I hope you enjoy. What my plan is to post maybe one video a week, maybe 2 videos a week, if I have time. And I would like you guys to follow along with the whole story of the game. I'm not gonna play offline at all or anything like that. We are just gonna play together, and I decided to do Elden Ring so you can enjoy my frustration for many, many hours as we get started. So we're gonna start a new game, and I haven't really decided what I want to do for a character. For those of you who don't know or haven't played Elden Ring, there is a few presets that start you out at a certain level and put attributes, certain points into your attributes, and you are allowed to respec later in the game. However, you can't respec these initial points that you put into your character. So for that reason, I think I'm going to start as just a level 1, and that way I can put points into whatever I want, or when I respec, I can put points into whatever I want. Most likely I'm probably going to go a dexterity build. I also like to choose this because it's the most difficult, and hopefully you guys have the most fun watching me with this build. We have our name, body type I'm not really going to change. That's a good luck. I'll try. You get to start with something. I'm not sure what to start with. This medallion gives you extra health. This looks like it just gives you runes, so extra points towards a level. Let's do a golden seed. This gives you an extra health flask, or a mana flask if you choose. Oh, okay, I can just kind of choose a custom preset. Let's see. I just want to make my guy look somewhat more like me. I'm bald with a beard, so that is how I want my character to look. And maybe at some point I'll get a camera to have myself to add myself to the screen here. Facial hair. Sure, why don't we do that? We won't spend too much time on the character creation, although it can be kind of fun. I'm not the most creative person when it comes to that. So let us begin. Since you can't hear anything, we're just gonna skip all of this stuff. It would probably be pretty boring and frustrating if you can't hear anything. Okay, this is where we start with a nothing. I don't remember the beginning of the game exactly, but I don't think I think we fight someone that is super overpowered, and I think you just die automatically, and they expect you to die. One of those kind of things where, I mean, maybe you can beat this person. I think when you beat the game, you can start over with as the same level. So maybe that's what this is for. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter what you do. It automatically sends you here. Alright, so down here I think is kind of like a tutorial area, but we do get some experience. So this is a site of grace, it's a save point. You can't save wherever you want. Basically when you die, you lose any experience you did not spend, and you go to the last one of these site of graces that you visited. You can travel between site of graces, which is really great. But yeah, it's not as customizable as Skyrim or Oblivion, if you ever played a game like that. But essentially, these attribute points on the left here is what you put. I guess so if you see here on the top left, we're level 1. We have 44 runes. That's what you get from killing enemies. We need 673 to put up to add an attribute point wherever we want. And then that runes needed gets more and more expensive the higher level we get. And you can only use the runes at a site of grace. You can't just use them whenever you want. So when you die and you lose all your runes, you are able to go back to your where you died to pick them up. Oh, there's somebody up there shooting at us. Now we have some guarded enemies, which are a little harder. Oh boy. They're gonna die already. Alright. We're doing pretty good here. It's just a level 1. Yeah, we have a skill. Barbaric Roar. I think it just gives us a little extra strength. Let's see. I guess I can't remember where. Maybe in our inventory. Oh, here we go. Barbaric Roar. Let loose a roar to rally the spirit and increase attack power. strong attacks change to savage combo attacks. Okay, that's what that is, yeah. So you can sneak up on people, but I don't think you can really be an assassin per se. You can't sneak up on any bosses or anything like that. So unlike Skyrim, there's no benefit to putting a bunch of. I mean, there's no sneak attribute even. Which I love being an assassin in those games. So this is like kind of like a mini checkpoint. You can't save the game here, but if I die, like, so these walls are boss walls. So if I die to the boss, I'll get to spawn right here. I'll still lose all my my 189 runes I've collected so far. But I can pick them up. So I guess if you die, your runes just are on the ground where you died. And if you die again without picking them up, then they disappear. So oh wow, that was super easy. That is why strength builds are basically when you have a strength focused weapon, you can stagger the enemy where he kind of like fell to his knees, and then you can do a critical hit, which does a lot of damage. And a dexterity build more focuses on speed. And you don't build up the bar to stagger them. It's an invisible bar that you can't see it, but yeah, so that was the little tutorial, and now we get into the actual game, I suppose. So let's see here. We don't quite have enough runes. There's these keys that you can find, stone keys I think they're called or something, and you can stick them in these gargoyles' heads and it will remove this veil, and usually there's like a mini boss and different items that you can find and stuff like that. I guess I forgot to mention, I think the main focus of this channel will be solo campaign games like this and a whispering, or maybe I could try just a low talking quietly, but not as quiet as. So I guess you are tarnished is what it's called, and we've been brought here to maybe save this land. You also can like summon people online to help you fight certain bosses, or you can even battle people online. And I mean, from knowing before, there's a mini boss right there, or a boss. He's really difficult. Won't be able to fight him quite yet. There's also on our map, when you go to a site of, these are the site of graces, and certain ones have this arrow pointing you kind of where to go, but there's no like mission board or like quests or anything. It's just kind of like roam around and get stronger, bosses. I think I remember there's like a place up here. Yeah, I'm still kind of thinking if I should do a strength build or dexterity build. That boss fight kind of changed my mind a little bit. Alright, so yeah, you can. There's these urns around where you can use these smithing stones to upgrade your weapon. I'm not sure if I'll upgrade this weapon or not. I don't think it's particularly strong. There's these these little guys here all across the maps where you can buy and sell stuff. Sometimes they have interesting stuff. These are cookbooks that have different recipes, so you can make different things like grenades or potions and stuff like that. Looks like he has some armor. The torch is okay because the game can get kind of dark, but I don't think it's really ever necessary. Oh, the crafting kit lets you craft. I really haven't been much into crafting. To see things from far away, I probably won't buy anything here. We can always come back later. So this is what it looks like, and you get a lot more options as you go down, but when you rest at a site of grace. So our flasks are our health flask and mana flask, and since we got the golden seed to start, we can upgrade our flasks. We can allocate them. We'll probably just do 5 and 0 because we don't use mana right now. 5 health and 0 mana. You can be like a mage and cast spells and incantations. There are some weapons. Each weapon you can add like armament to it, and this kind of gives like a special move or something that uses mana. So at some point we'll probably want to allocate 1 or 2 to the mana side, but for now I think we just keep it all to health. I think we have a few guards up here. I think they have the potential to drop a decent sword. They also may not drop anything, but if we can get one of their swords, it would be pretty helpful. Nothing. Holy smokes, that scared me a little. There's some throwing knives. I think this is just, yeah, some stuff for crafting. I just never really got into the crafting. I didn't find it very beneficial in this game. So right there, it's where we staggered him and he fell to his knees, and then you can kind of do a special thing on him. I don't think I've ever been in this cave. Oh wow, okay. This is new to me. Let's see. Alright, we have enough to level up. Also, another thing, when you rest at a site of grace, all of the enemies that you killed besides bosses come back to life. So it's always something good to keep in mind. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can. I think I have to get to a certain point before it lets me use my runes. Oh, okay, a bunch of wolves down here. And, or that guy, these are dead soldiers. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should just dive down in there. This wolf is difficult. Holy smokes. Well, now you can see how difficult this game is. So, on the bottom right corner, you can see our runes. We lost all of our runes there. But we'll go back up to this site of grace here. We'll maybe try this a couple times. Maybe be a little more strategic. You can see on the top where we have like the compass. You can see that sparkling thing is our runes. You can see them down there on the ground. So if I die before I pick those up, then we'll never get those runes back. Yeah, I don't know how strategic we can really be. Well, looks like a couple guys if they are able to jump up here. Oh boy. Oh, I should have focused on getting the runes probably. That's alright. Yeah, I can get runes pretty quickly. I guess now we kinda have nothing to lose. So I think you break this barrel, get their attention. And then I just want to make sure I don't fall off. Kind of pick them off one by one. What the heck? Well, maybe I got a little too antsy there. Alright, let's try it one more time. If not, we'll just go fight those guards and keep moving along, try and get some better gear. You can always come back here. So that big white wolf is the difficult one. I'm gonna try that barbaric roar and see if we can just want to try and fight one at a time. This guy's almost dead. Oh boy. We got our 100 runes back. Then we got a cracked pot. Pretty, I guess not worthless, but we're not going to do much crafting. It's not super useful. Holy smokes, I didn't see that. Oh, I guess, yeah, this white stuff on the ground is actually online people make messages. Hidden path ahead, praise the message. Oh. There's not a hidden path ahead, but they can write whatever they want. Behold, I failed. It's funny. I don't know if there's like a wolf boss or something at the end of this tunnel. I don't know if we should do this or not. I feel like beat this guy. Yeah, we had trouble just getting to him with the wolves. Yeah, I think we're just gonna come back to that. You guys will probably get pretty bored about watching me do that 10 times over. I think eventually we could have beat him, but I guess you noticed here, since we saved at a site of grace, these enemies come back to life. Oh, we got something here. Oh, some armor. There we go. Equipment. There we go. Now you don't have to look at a half-naked man anymore. Now, a sword would be awesome. So yeah, there's different, basically two different types of attacks. You got your right trigger, which is a harder attack, but slower. And then you can do the right bumper, which is just a quicker attack, doesn't do as much damage. So I try to mix it up. You know, if you have time, sometimes you don't have time to get a stronger attack off. You drop something, bolts. I don't even have a, you can get a bow and arrow and a crossbow. I never, maybe we'll do a little more of that in this game. I think they take a lot of strength. And I've always done a dexterity or mage or something, so. Like you can see on the top still, we have our ruins over in that boss pit where we died. So we're probably gonna die again before we go back there. These ones you kinda have to time and wait for them to attack, and jeez Louise. Okay. Kinda remember there being kind of a difficult boss here. I'm not sure if you can hear my neighbor's dog is barking. Sorry if that's pretty loud for you guys. Oh, he dropped some gloves. Any little protection that we can get. That wolf, I guess, just forgot we were there. Oh, another guy heard. Came for the action. Let's see what we got here. More bolts. They keep getting bolts. Not what we need. I think there's like a guy with a horn that will like bring more people in if you don't beat him quick enough. That guy to our left there. Oh, what a miss. We're gonna just try and... There he goes for the horn. No horn for you, buddy. Got some more gloves. That guy's pretty difficult. I'd love to get like a sword or something from one of these guys, so you don't have such a difficult time. Oh jeez. this guy's difficult. It looks like we were by a save point. Let's see. We had 1,000 runes. We probably want to keep those. Everybody comes back to life, which is kind of a bummer. I wonder if we can kind of lure that guy out and fight him first. I'm gonna try and just roll into him more to close the gap when he attacks. I guess he's got the one move with like 3 pokes. We have to dodge into him on the 3rd poke. Well, I only did 2. Not the prettiest. What the hell is he doing here? I'd love to stagger him. He just doesn't want to get staggered. I don't know. I'm kind of debating if I should use my last potion or not. Let's just. Oh, looks like we're using it now. Alright, we can do this. Oh boy, crap. Nice. He didn't drop anything. Oh, nice. We got another grace over here. Wondering what's the best route to take. We don't have any potions left. But if we save, that knight guy is going to be back. But I think if we save at that one, we can use some of these points. But I definitely don't want to. I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world to die. We could get our stuff back. I rolled right into that one. Alright, we'll go to the last grace site. I'm just gonna grab our runes quick. And we'll rest at this site. I guess we'll kind of skip this. Basically, there's a character, this young girl, that will sometimes appear at these grace sites and help you. I guess the only thing she really helps you is like she gives you different things. I think we get a horse at some point from her. powers that offer guidance to the aid and to the tarnished. Where are the tarnished? I guess we are maidenless. Maybe tarnished typically have a maiden. I see. So she's gonna turn our runes into strength. We will accept. She'll help us if we bring her to the foot of the Erd tree, which is basically that tree in the background with the golden leaves is like a mini Erd tree. There's a giant one that she wants us to take her to. Okay. Oh, so she gives us the horse. That's what we get right now. Torrent. Okay, so now whenever we go to one of these, she won't be there, but we'll have the option to level up. So basically we can turn these runes into whatever we want. We have Vigor is our total HP. Mind is our FP or mana. So probably won't be using that. Endurance is pretty important. It helps with our max equip load, meaning we can wear better armor and still move around quickly. It also is the green bar that goes down as we swing our weapon. So eventually we want to focus on that. Strength. Certain weapons have a strength requirement. Like you need 20 strength to wield it. It also has the damage for any weapons that have a strength modifier. I can get more into that once we look at different weapons and stuff like that. Dexterity is similar to strength, but it does adds damage to a weapon with the dexterity modifier, and then some weapons have a dexterity requirement. Intelligence raises the damage of spells, and staffs have different intelligence requirements. Faith is like similar to intelligence, but you use something called incantations, so a little different than intelligence. Arcane kind of has an interesting place where some weapons have like a strength and arcane. I forgot what I called it, but a strength and arcane component. So arcane would also increase its damage along with strength. And arcane also works with different kinds of status effects, like bleed, or I think scarlet rot, which is like just an ailment you can inflict. You can add it to your weapon and inflict it onto your enemy, and it does extra damage. I think we are going to just do strength here to start us off. And then basically we have this side menu, which we can use our D-pad to get things. And I'm going to put the horse on that. So now now we have a horse to ride. You can also battle with the horse. It becomes, it can be pretty easy. At least you can get away a lot quicker. Sometimes it's a little hard to maneuver. There's not like any special moves you can use while on a horse, but just trying to think if we want to continue into this castle or kind of go adventure outward. I think we're gonna go adventure outward and come back to the castle when we're a little higher level and a little stronger. I remember this. I think there's a guy that's like pretending to be a tree or something. There it is. I think he just gives us like he was like cursed or something, I remember. Someone turned me into a tree. He was pushed out of the cave and told not to come back, and he ended up as a tree. He's real lucky we came along. When they threw him out of the cave, they took everything he owned. He just gives us a mushroom, which is like a crafting piece. That's more crafting stuff. It is easier to fight on the horse, but these guys are pretty weak. He's not even gonna fight us. Alright, so sometimes if you vanquish an enemy group, a group of multiple enemies, they'll replenish your flasks. Looks like that one didn't. Or maybe it did, we were just already full. There's these glowing, like, balls that you see here. Like that a dung beetle carries around. There's red ones. When you break them open, it heals all your flasks. There's blue ones, which heals your, I guess the red ones heal your health flasks. The blue ones heal your mana flasks, and then these gray ones give you like an attribute that you can add to your weapon. Who the heck is this guy? Holy, what the heck? I do not remember the boss being here. I just don't think we're really in the position to. We just are level 1. So I guess like if I hit B, you can see the green go down. That's my stamina. So when that runs out, I won't be able to get like a swift kick, which I do there. We just don't have very good range with this weapon either. I feel like I just. I'm just not even. I mean, this is pretty pointless here, what we're doing. We'll be here all day. I suppose you guys are going to bed, so. You got nowhere to go, alright? Knocked us off our horse. That's not good. I got these two guys following us. Where'd the horse guy go? Oh, he's up there. Okay. We're not gonna be able to fight him right now. So like that, when that thing means it gives us like maybe 1 or 2 flasks. We lost that glowing ball thing too. I think if we go to a site of grace, it'll come back. Decisions. Holy smokes, okay. We're just gonna skip him for now. These glowing orbs are usually items. Jeez Louise. This guy really wants me. Oh boy. Okay, now it stopped. Guess we'll just see if we can find any sites of grace on this side. this horse. Oh, I got some bats coming in. Darn it. Yeah, it's a little difficult starting with no weapon. Maybe we can beat this guy and maybe he'll drop a weapon. So his horse has a health bar, and so does he. If you do that, you'll knock him off the horse. I didn't drop anything for us. And we need to go get our runes back anyways. I wonder if we have to cross that. Oh, we probably have to cross that bridge. Yeah. So I think that thing was called the Night Cavalry. That horse, and he only shows up at night. Because this is that same horse guy that we just kind of fought. Get back up on our horse here and fight this guy on a horse. Gotta let our stamina get back up. Yeah, I guess if you get too close to that glowing ball, the beetle will start to run away with it, and then you'll have to go to a safe spot and like reset to get it back. Alright. We almost got this guy. Just gotta knock him off his horse. This is why fighting on a horse is like kind of a little easier, but kind of a little ridiculous. Alright, so now we're gonna get this thing, and I think some of those guys drop some stuff too. Oh my goodness, whoops, I missed. Okay, so we got a skill. Adds, so the skills add those modifiers I was talking about. Like you could have a skill that gives your weapon a strength modifier, or you could have one that gives you a dexterity modifier or arcane modifier, and that just means whatever that attribute is gonna give your weapon damage. We're just having trouble finding a weapon. Jeez Louise, look at those golems. I think because they're carrying this cart, they don't really attack you. Unless you get really close, then I think they'll try and stomp on you. But I don't think they can chase you or anything. I think they carry like different kind of weapons and stuff. Hopefully. A great axe. Alright. So here's where we can see. We have our club, which has a C dexterity for scaling. I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see. physical damage, magical damage, fire, lightning, or holy. It has some guard negation, but I don't really pay much attention to that because I'm not really using the weapon to guard. On the bottom right, attributes required. So this club takes a 10 strength. Oh, it looks like we're moving with this thing. Okay, so we have a great axe. It takes 30 strength, so we're not going to be using that anytime soon. It also has a D in dexterity and strength, so it gets damage from both dexterity and strength, but not as much damage and strength as this club would be for C. Holy smokes. So there is something with strength where if you hold a weapon with two hands, you can cut the strength requirement in half, or maybe you get a 50% bonus from your strength. So with us at a strength of so that's guys using magic. So with us at a strength of 10, 50% of 10 would be 5, so we could use something that needed 15 strength. Or I guess it's at 11. Probably still. So I guess we could use something with 16 strength. Oh, there's another weapon. So I guess to use the great axe we'll need 20 strength. Let's see what we got here. This takes 19 strength and 16 dexterity, which I think it's kind of common for items to have strength and dexterity requirements, so sometimes you have to put points into both. Yeah, the other one has a 19 strength. It's like we broke that guy's stance. That's why I crouched down like that. You can do a critical hit. We didn't need to do one because we were gonna kill him already. I'd like for these guys to. Oh, so this guy called his horn. I don't see anybody coming. Maybe. Nope, no one's coming. There's an item back here. And we're out of potions. Oh, and we have to go get our. We have to go get our runes here. Oh, those things are crawling at me. Oh shoot, we really can't afford to get into another battle. Oh, there's one of those things I was telling you about. I don't know if that guy on a horse is following me. Oh, he is. Oh, darn it. That would have gave us our potions back. Alright, so we're gonna go get our runes and try and find a next site of grace. And add some points. We can just skip all these guys. We got I mean, it'd be nice to get a weapon that we can actually use, but I'm sure we'll have to fight some more people. On our way to the next site of grace. I'm just gonna skip this guy there's a site of grace up here. Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's all throughout the game. There are these posters. That was a message. You can examine the poster. It gives you this painting. I'm not really sure what it does. Maybe I should Google it or something. I can let you guys know. Next time we come back. So let's spend our points. We got 2,500. I'd love to get that great axe in use. We have 3 levels. I think I might, if we can get our strength to 20, we can use that great axe, then we can focus maybe on endurance and vigor. So I'm gonna just dump it all into strength. I think this is a good spot to take a pause. I appreciate you guys joining me on my very first ASMR video, and on our very first day of Elden Ring. Hope you guys were able to get some rest, and please stick around for many more adventures to come. As we get closer to beating this game, feel free to throw suggestions out. I mean, even now, feel free to throw suggestions out for games you'd like me to play, and we can always jump around to different games. I'd love to maybe stick with one game, but you know, if I'm only able to do one video a week currently, it might take quite a bit of time. I don't want to have you guys get bored, so feel free to leave suggestions, and I'm definitely always open to doing whatever the community wants. But thanks again for joining me on my first ASMR video. Good night.